To Gallagher, tell us what you think the contrast between the two press conferences we've been listening to.
Hello, Francois. I'm Gulliver Cragg. And yeah, there was a contrast in tone and in style, very much so. Joe Biden, well, Vladimir Putin started straight away taking questions. Joe Biden had a very long preamble in which he presented the talks with Vladimir Putin, almost as if it had been a case of Joe Biden giving the Russian president a lot of lessons and first of all, laying down the United States' principles and the things that the United States does not approve of Russia doing. And also basically talking about how he tried to convince Putin that doing things which the United States thinks Russia should do is really also in Russia's interests. He repeatedly said this during his press conference, basically saying that really if Putin thinks about his own interests as a country that has an economy that really needs a boost and that has a very long border with China, should really not be wanting to be engaging in a new Cold War with the United States. Joe Biden seemed to think that, at least on that front, Vladimir Putin was more or less on the same page. At one point, he even did seem to suggest that his remarks to Vladimir Putin and to the Russian delegation generally caused them to kind of have pause and think, oh, yeah, you're right. I don't know whether or not Joe Biden's characterization of how that dialogue went would really be shared with the Russians. But certainly Joe Biden did seem very relaxed and really quite cheerful. I certainly had the impression that he thinks that these talks went as well as they reasonably could have been expected to.
Hey, Gallagher, excuse me, I said it again. Gulliver Cragg, when you saw Vladimir Putin field questions from U.S. media, your thoughts on the fact that we didn't hear questions from the Russian media to Joe Biden?
Well, that's true. Vladimir Putin did have to field questions from the US media, which were much more questions in a way attacking him and asking him to defend his position on things that he might reasonably argue are domestic matters, such as the imprisonment of Alexei Navalny. And there were no questions from the Russian media to Joseph Biden. But let's not make any pretenses here. The Russian media, apart from a very, very small number of independent media, which were not represented at the press conference with Vladimir Putin, which did not get to ask questions there. The Russian media are pretty much controlled by the state and subservient to the Kremlin's agenda. There is not the same kind of free press, free media situation in Russia as there is in the United States. And I think that would be the argument the United States would use in justifying why they did not have Joe Biden take questions from Russian media.
Gulliver Cragg there.